Hey everyone, congratulations to Coach Arneson on this incredible honor. When you think of Yukon Wrestling, you think of Coach Arneson. I was fortunate to be part of his teams from 91 through 94, and I watched him turn good athletes into state champions and even better people. Coach, you pushed us hard, you believed in us harder, and you always treated us like family. I'm proud to have been one of your wrestlers, but even prouder to call you a friend. Congratulations, Coach. You deserve every bit of this honor.
Hey, Coach Brian Dalkey. Hey, I just wanted to say, one, congratulations. Nobody deserves this honor more than you. But I also just want to say thank you so much for the example that you set, not only for me, but for my dad as a young coach coming to Yukon, and then also just for so many countless others. I always knew that you cared about me more than the sport. And I think, especially now that I have older kids, that's so important that they know their coaches love them so far beyond the wrestling room or the football field. And it makes them want to work harder for that coach and ultimately be better at that sport because of it and more successful. So I just want to say thank you for that. And then also for letting me come and live with you my senior year when my parents took a coaching job in Texas, and you let me come and finish my senior year out wrestling in Oklahoma. And I will always be indebted to you and Kathy for that, and I really appreciate it. And it allowed me to see who you were as a dad and a father and a husband, even more so than a coach. And I really looked up to you and still look up to you for that. So congratulations tonight. Have a great night. Appreciate you.
Coach Arneson, congratulations, sir. You were a great coach. You did more for your athletes than I'm able to put into words. How you managed to put up with our bull and get the best out of us was pretty impressive. You taught us more than wrestling. You prepared us for life after wrestling. That's what a Hall of Fame coach does. And for that, I thank you. Anytime you want to run to the White Barn, give me a call, man. Congratulations. Well-deserved, Coach.
Hello, all you Yukon Millers. I am very happy to congratulate Coach Jay Arneson and John Henry Ward for their induction into the Hall of Fame of Yukon, the Athletic Hall of Fame. Both very deserving. You know, when I was head football coach at Yukon, and I was an assistant before that, I was Jay's assistant. And what an incredible wrestling coach. His knowledge of technique of wrestling was unsurpassed, and his old school toughness was just what the program needed. He whipped those guys into shape and got them in good shape and made them physically tough and expected a lot out of them. And as a result, we had a heck of a wrestling program all during the time I was at Yukon. So congratulations, Jay. I'm so happy they did this. You're so well deserving.
Hello there. You guys look like a room full of Miller pride. I'm Jeremiah Constant from the class of 93. I want to talk to you about one of the most influential men who ever came into my life. Jay Arneson was not just a coach, but he was a mentor in every possible sense of the word. He was a man that wanted to win at all costs, and he told us so on many occasions. He would say, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. I think he was just kidding though. Jay was a hard worker and often ran stairs all by himself on his hours off. He was in his late 30s and still wrestled with me daily, showing me an intensity to coach and a willingness to put himself in harm's way. With Colin, Colby, Dale, John Henry, and myself, Coach taught us the meaning of grit. I think it was because of this that I was able to become the wrestler that I was. I didn't wrestle like everyone else, especially back then. Coach saw what I did was special and exciting to watch. He didn't try to force me into what he thought wrestling should be. He encouraged the traits that make any wrestler what they are: hard work, respect, self-motivation, and self-belief. He took a raw, often awkward boy and, in the very least, pointed me down the road to become a man. We had a room full of his style of competitors with a lot of luck and even more drive. We took second in 93. I never one time forgot about Coach, and he is and always has been happy to see me. One of my happiest memories is when he and Jay Hancock showed up at the national tournament in Omaha. Having them with me when I won the national title was one of the proudest days of my life. He stood there with me, and I felt his approval and love, not for winning, but for competing at the best of my abilities. Coach, I love you. And congratulations, Jay Arneson, on a well-earned Hall of Fame life.
Coach Arneson, congratulations on your induction into the UConn Sports Hall of Fame. Your dedication to the sport of wrestling has always been on full display, as has your commitment to UConn wrestling. If I can cherry pick just one moment that illustrates your commitment to UConn wrestling, it would have to be your decision and your willingness to come out of retirement to coach in what happened to be my junior and senior years, a decision you made for which I'm forever grateful. Since then, you've been a mentor, and as genuinely as I can say it, a friend. Thank you, and congratulations on your induction into the UConn Sports Hall of Fame.
Congratulations, Grandpa.
Congratulations, Big Grandpa.
You finally made it into the Hall of Fame. It only took you
7
years.
Hey, Steve Holmes, this is Coach Barry Switzer. I just wanted to call and congratulate you on going to the UConn Hall of Fame. Jared Pettibone has given me this information and your phone number, so I told him I'd give you a holler and just congratulate you. I know your career was cut short at Oklahoma because of your injury, but anyway, just wanted to say to you, great job at UConn, and wish you could have proved it at Oklahoma. And congratulations and best of luck to you in the future. Okay? Take care, big boy.
Tonight we celebrate those being recognized for their excellence and accomplishments in their fields of endeavor. The class of 1978 is well represented by a name that is remembered as one of its outstanding athletes, and his legacy of being a proud UConn Miller has stood the test of time. Lettering in football and track, receiving medals, holding records, and earning titles with the words that include All-State, All-American, Outstanding, Most Valuable, and Champion. He would go on to receive full scholarships to the University of Oklahoma and Central University of Oklahoma. He continued to give back to his community by uplifting and encouraging with what we know as UConn Miller pride. And Lord knows he's got the heavy metal in his body and the scars to prove all the years of determination and hard sports work ethic. It is my honor to introduce Mr. Steve Holmes as 2025's Hall of Fame inductee. Congrats, Steve. I love you. I'm proud of you. I'm thankful to call you my friend. And congrats to all those also.
Rene Huckaba, this is Jim Kitch congratulating you on your induction into the UConn Athletics Hall of Fame. And there's a congratulations that also goes to your late wife, Mary, and your son, Kyle, for their years of support in you achieving this honor. The gratitude of your years of service, your achievements, your successes, and your influence on the many players who played for you while you were coaching, and as the athletic director for the many new successful athletic programs you started as UConn grew, are wrapped up in this honor. I also know you are very proud of the quality of coaches you hired over the years that adds to your impact to the UConn athletic program and to the community of UConn as a whole. This is an honor well deserved.
Congratulations, Coach Rene Huckaba, on your induction to the Coaches Hall of Fame. Milton King here, class of 67, 12-1 with only one loss to Clinton in the state semifinals. Not only a great coach, but also an excellent father figure to so many athletes at UConn High School. I remember in 1965, my mother came to you and said, "He's out of control. He's yours. Do whatever it takes, just short of killing him." Well, you stopped just short of killing me, but it worked. You and Mary's influence and guidance allowed me to graduate, become an all-state fullback with a full scholarship to Oklahoma State University. Then continue on to also coach football and track for 10 years, become a counselor, then a public school administrator, all while staying married to Judy for almost 57 years. You have been a great influence, not only for me, but so many other athletes at Yukon High School. Once a Miller, always a Miller. Thank you so much for all you've done for so many, and once again, congratulations.
This is Denny Black from Cypress, Texas. I wanted to send my congratulations on your induction into the Yukon Miller Athletics Hall of Fame. Very well deserved. You and Mary came to Yukon in 1962 and had an immense impact on Yukon Miller athletes and the community as well. You moved the Millers through a very difficult growth period from Class B to Class 6A, actually skipping one class completely. There were no women's sports when you came, or baseball, or tennis, or golf, or wrestling, and facilities were always behind. Yet you produced some great results. One of the most amazing things, I think, was you won 7 consecutive regional track championships, 3 of which I was a member. And Coach, we didn't even have a track at the time. You just ran us around the football field. Love you, Coach.
My greatest accomplishment, well, I had 2 undefeated football regular seasons. I went to the semis a couple of times. I started 9 sports. And by that, I mean, they said, we want you to start girls basketball. And I'd hire the coach, I'd buy the equipment, I'd find a place to work out, and then we'd go from there. I think I started girls basketball, girls soccer, softball, tennis, and track. And I started boys cross country, boys wrestling, baseball, soccer. Started girls soccer too. That might have been my biggest accomplishment.
Hey, Sully, Justin Sullivan. You weren't only just a great baseball player, you were a better human being. We can talk about your stats. They were so impressive. Being your teammate, most importantly, being your friend was fun. What's been impressive to me is just the legacy that you've left behind. You've impacted countless lives, your foundation and everything, that a life worth following has done. There's so many stories and memories to share, too many to fit in this short clip. We all have our favorite Sully moment. Again, blessed to be your friend and teammate. Congrats to the Sullivan and Bechtel family. This is an incredible honor. Justin truly was a life well lived and an example for many of us to follow. I believe Justin and Dave right now are up in heaven playing baseball together, continuing their love for the game as well as each other.
My name is Josh Walker. I'm excited to celebrate Justin with you guys this evening. I get to look back, reflect on Justin as a friend, as a teammate, baseball player, Christian brother. For all those things, I'm very grateful. I was very fortunate to get to have a front row seat of a good amount of the behind the scenes of what Justin worked on to get to where he was as a baseball player. I was fortunate to have a good amount of time with Dave and Justin in the batting cages in the garage, taking soft toss or lifting weights, listening to classic rock while we fine-tuned our swings. Those times I will forever be grateful for. And the Sullivans, I would love you guys forever. And Julianne, Sydney, you guys are wonderful, and tonight's a celebration of you as well.
I wanted to say congratulations to the Sullivan family for this moment of Justin Sullivan being inducted into the UConn Athletic Hall of Fame. This is a well-deserved honor for a young man who walked with God. See, I knew Justin. I was one of his teachers, but he became one of the greatest teachers I've ever known in my life. And Justin was an ambassador not only for his family, not only for the UConn High School, or not only across the state of Oklahoma. Justin was an ambassador for Christ. You see, Jesus changed his life. And I wish he was here today to receive this honor, but he's in heaven. He's not in heaven because he did more good than bad. He's in heaven because there was a day in his life he came to recognize that he needed a Savior. And he would want me to say to you, you need a Savior too. And Jesus rose from the dead. And that gives us hope, even though Justin has passed away. To the Sullivan family, to Julianne, congratulations. To all the Sullivan family, congratulations. To Sydney and all the Chapel family, congratulations. To the Bechtels, congratulations. We are so honored and to celebrate him. And well done, UConn, for choosing Justin Sullivan to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's a well-deserved honor for a young man who lived a life worth following, who was an ambassador for Christ.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Todd Thurman. I'm a graduate of UConn High School in 1979. I'm here to just say congratulations to Randy Wright and his induction into the UConn High School Athletic Hall of Fame. Randy was such a special player, and he was a special person. I always loved being around him. He was so positive. He led by, really, honestly, led by example. He wasn't a rah-rah guy, but to watch him play, oh my gosh, he was just fluid. He actually taught, one of the things I got from him was the lift fake. It was the most dangerous move that is in basketball, and he did it with perfection. And I started using it, and then of course I coached it and used it when I was coaching as well. But Randy he was a great basketball player. There's no question about that. I mean, he's Player of the Year, State of Oklahoma, 1977. And there's always controversies about about Player of the Years, but Randy solidified it by being named the MVP of the All-State games. So he was a great, great player. I had the opportunity to play with him my sophomore year. I was a 15-year-old kid, and Randy I just had a great seat watching one of the best players I've ever seen play the game of basketball. But not only was he a great basketball player and he did those things, he also treated people with respect. Again, as a 14-year-old, I would walk from the junior high up to the high school to try to get in the games that they were playing at the end of school and during the spring. And I always afraid that they didn't want me there, these type of things. But Randy always opened the door for me and made me feel welcome and allowed me to be a part of that group. There's certain heroes you watch when you're growing up. I really started tuning in 74, 75, 76, 77 when I started. And there's certain players that just stick out to you. Randy Wright was that player for me. Randy, again, I just want to say congratulations. You earned this, you deserve this, and welcome to the UConn High School Athletic Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Clarence Rankin Wright III, better known as Randy Wright to his classmates and teammates, was a heck of a basketball player for UConn High School back in the mid-1970s. He played for legendary coach Leroy Estes. One of the things that Coach Estes used to tell us about Randy often during practice, couldn't jump, had no speed, no quickness, but nobody could cover Randy Wright, and that was a fact. When you look through the record books of UConn High School, Randy's name is dotted all through there, from free throws to points scored to rebounding to assist. Randy was a heck of a basketball player, no doubt about it. Congratulations, Randy, on your induction into the 2025 UConn Athletics Hall of Fame. Your teammates are very proud of you, and we wish you the very best.